Of course, the murder happened in June of 2012. Still with me to discuss the trial is attorney Christa Ramey. And Christa, I thought that was just a masterful cross-examination. I really enjoyed watching it. I did an unofficial count. He mentioned Chad's name 10 times. This is unofficial, but I was doing the best I could. And he mentioned Erica's name twice. The only time he mentioned her name was to make sure to let the jury know that the thing that she had talked about, this little run-in they had with her, wasn't acted upon by the police to make it sound like it wasn't very much. And then listening to that, how do you think he did?
Well, I thought it was a very elegant cross-examination myself. In fact, I wrote down that the way he built in the theme of his opening statement of how controlling Chad was and how abusive Chad was and how Chad was a bully. And he got the victim's girlfriend to admit to all of those things. It just helped build his defense. I thought it was very elegant. I also really loved how he really laid the groundwork for maybe the worst you can go here is an accessory after the fact. Because if you got this kind of controlling, horrible person, what did she do? And did she really sign on for it?
Yeah, I think the biggest problem, and we have to wait to hear it. We know that tomorrow we're going to hear from Cindy Cobb, who's the mother, who apparently taped this phone call. And the prosecutor, in their opening statement, she read some lines from the phone call. But again, I think context is going to be everything. In what you heard the prosecutor say, she basically said, look, I didn't do anything that I didn't want to do, or something along that line. But is there a context that you can see, because I certainly can, where those statements can be painted to have been taken out of context and maybe don't mean what we think they mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, you do what you want to do. I mean, your whole world is crumbling around you. You just learned that your husband killed someone, let's say, and he's abusive and controlling. Maybe the battered wife syndrome comes into play here in terms of how she reacts to what is happening around her. She's protecting herself and her family. I don't know. I think it's tricky, but I mean, the defense can weave this. It would be pretty impressive. I have to hear what the whole phone call was, though, to really kind of get the context.
Yeah, I'm standing by just waiting to hear it, because you got to hear the whole context. Then I want to see how it's handled by the defense, because again, they've shown to be pretty good at what they're doing so far. And finally, let me ask you, as I'm listening to the cross-examination, I noticed that the witness had a little bit of an attitude. And again, they're there for their friend, and they want to convict this person. How do you feel about that when a witness is not friendly or is kind of seems combative, doesn't want to really answer defense attorneys? Is that problematic overall for a jury?
It's very problematic. If I was the prosecutor when I was prepping this witness, I would have talked about it. I think that when you're friendly and you're cooperative, you're much more persuasive than when you're combative. So I think that that doesn't help, for sure.
Absolutely. All right, Christa Ramey, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. We truly appreciate it.